The reason why you're always broke has nothing to do with how much money you make, and has everything to do with how your life was designed. And right now, it's designed to consume every single dollar before you even see it. I paid off over $180,000 in debt, and it forced me to see something uncomfortable. Because what was draining my account wasn't actually selfishness. It was me thinking that I was being caring and selfless. So in this video, I'm gonna share with you 3 ways being a caring and generous person can actually keep you broke, why this kind of spending is the hardest to stop, and what you can actually do about it without you feeling like you became a completely different person. My name is Stephanie. I paid off over $180,000 in debt, and now I'm building financial independence in real time. Let's get into it. So let me paint a picture for you and let me know if this sounds right. Someone's selling Girl Scout cookies at your work. It's $5, right? So you buy 2 boxes. Not because you want the cookies, but because it's $5. You're helping out a coworker. I mean, it's not a big deal. And saying no makes you feel bad because they helped you out with that one work task. So you feel like, let me do them a solid and buy some $5 cookies. Or another scenario, a coworker is leaving and people are passing around a card and you put in 20 bucks. You barely knew this person, but everybody else was putting money in, so you don't want to be that guy or that girl that doesn't participate. So you throw in the 20 bucks. Or your cousin's getting married. You can't really afford the trip, the hotel, the outfit, the gift, the travel. But you're the one that goes to every family event, and you don't want to be the one that didn't show up because everybody's going to talk about, why didn't you show up? Oh, you went to so-and-so's gathering the month before, but you don't want to come to my gathering. Or another one, your friend is having a birthday dinner at a restaurant that's not in your budget, but she's your friend, so you go. Here's the thing, none of those individually are wrong. It's something that you say yes to show them that you're a caring person because you care. That's who you are, right? But when you add everything up, the birthday party, the Girl Scout cookies, the graduation, the wedding, the vacation, the school fundraiser, month after month, you're looking at hundreds of dollars that left your account, not because you were careless, but because you were caring. And because you felt generous, you never once questioned whether you could actually afford it. You can't take care of the people that you love properly if you're running on empty. And generosity without a limit isn't caring. It's going to slowly drain you. And if this whole problem could just be solved by doing a dollar limit, then it would be simple, right? But there's a second kind of cost that never even shows up in your bank account. And this one is sneakier because it doesn't look like spending at all. You're the person who picks up people. You're the person who drops them off. You're reliable. You show up. When someone needs a ride to the airport at 6 a.m., they call you because that's who you are. But here's what that actually costs you. Your gas, your time, the miles on your car. You know, that car that's already struggling? The car where you already know there's an upcoming repair and you're just trying to ignore it. And every extra mile you put on it is money you're spending that you just can't see on a receipt. I really want you to sit with that because we're not just talking about the $60 in gas this week. We're talking about the wear and tear on the brakes, the tires, the engine that has a limit, and you're burning through it for other people's errands. Well, your own financial situation is on the back burner. Your time has a cost. Your car has a cost. And every time you say yes without thinking about that cost, you're paying a tax that no one ever added up for you. You're not the community Uber. And it's okay to say that out loud. And here's the thing. When I started to see all this, I thought, okay, I see the problem. I'll just start saying no. Simple fix, done. Except every time I tried to say no, something happened. A feeling that I couldn't really explain. Like something was wrong with me for even considering it. And that feeling, that's the real trap. And it's the one that nobody really names. Okay, before I get to the part that changed everything for me, if you could do me a favor and go ahead and hit that like button, it really does help the channel grow and it helps reach other people that are going through the same thing. All right, let's keep going. When you spend money on yourself, on something you actually want, something that's just for you, there's this little voice, right? This quiet feeling that makes you feel like, is this selfish? Maybe that was unnecessary. Maybe you should have bought it for your kid. Maybe you should have went to that birthday party and, spent it on that gift. But when you spend on someone else, that voice disappears because it just feels right. It feels like the good kind of spending. And this is the trap. When you spend on someone else, you stop examining your spending habits. You don't add it up. You don't question it, because questioning it makes you feel like a bad person. And that's the last thing you want to be. So you keep saying yes to every invite, to every collection, every favor that costs you gas, time, and wear and tear in your car that you can't afford to replace right now. And your account keeps going to zero. And you genuinely don't understand where your money went because it went to other people. You don't have piles of stuff around your house like, oh, here's where I spent all my money, These are the things that I can point to and say, you are the reason this, whatever gadget that you spend money on, or clothes or shoes or a new car. You don't have anything that you can physically point to and say, that's where all my money went, because you spent it on others. And nobody taught you that that was a problem. But here's what I really want you to understand. That guilt that you feel when you try to say no, it didn't come from you. And once I finally understood where it came from, that's when everything shifted. The guilt you feel when you say no, that's not your conscience. That is conditioning. You were taught somewhere along the way, probably really young, that being a good person means showing up, pitching in, never turning your back when someone needed something. And that saying no meant that something was wrong with you, that putting yourself first was selfish. And here's what nobody ever told you about that belief. It benefits everyone but you. The events still happen. The fundraisers still hit their goal. That person who wanted to be picked up at the airport still gets picked up. The coworker still gets their gift card. And the only one running around month after month, year after year, is you, who was never allowed to say no. You were not born a chronic giver. You were trained to be one. And here's the part that really hit me when I finally saw it. Communities and families and social circles run on people like us. Your yes is their fuel. Your guilt is the mechanism that keeps refilling the tank. And it will keep running as long as you let it. I wasn't really failing at money. I was just succeeding at a role that I never really understood I was even playing. And you're probably doing the same thing. You're not the safety net for everyone in your life. You are allowed to have a limit. And saying no to someone else is sometimes the only way to say yes to yourself. And nobody is going to give you permission to do that. So I'm telling you right now, you already have it. You cannot pour from an empty account, and that is not a metaphor. So here's the first concrete thing you can do. Call it the Yes Audit. Pull up your last 30 days of your bank and card statements because someone else needed something, or because you were invited somewhere, or because you felt saying no was uncomfortable. Next to each one, write the dollar amount and ask yourself one question. Did I say yes because I genuinely wanted to, or because I didn't want to feel guilty? You're not canceling anyone. You're not becoming a different person. You're not doing it to be mean and put a dollar amount on people. You're just seeing for the first time how much of your money has been going to other people's lives while yours stays stuck. That moment of seeing it clearly, that's where everything starts to shift. Because you can't make a different choice until you understand the one you've already been making.